Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. My name is INTAN SYAFIQAH binti SOPIAN. Firstly, I would like to welcome everybody and thank you for you guys for being here on time. Even though I know you guys are busy with your daily tasks and work. Okay. Just a little bit introduction again in the board of executive officer. Hi, SANMUGAPIREYA, anak perempuan BALAKRISHNAN as our chief finance officer. Hi, NURULHUDA BINTI RAZALI as our Chief Technical Officer. Hi, Nurul Syifaa BINTI AHMAD KAMAL as our Chief Operation and Marketing Officer, also as Secretary for this meeting. Okay, I hope everyone already prepared with our previous meeting minutes and agenda. Okay, does all of you have the copy of agenda and the last time meeting minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Before we move to our main meeting agenda, is there anything else that needs to brought up in this meeting?
I think no, everything's went well.
Okay. So let's move to our main point, why we are here today. After almost a year in this service industry, I have noticed that we have three major issues in our company. Okay, let's talk about the first issues, which is too many overtime claims made by staff. Okay, SANMUGAPIREYA, as our Chief Finance Officer, what do you think about this problem?
Good evening, everyone. I myself, as Chief Financial Executive Officer, the issue that being laid out is too many overtime claims made by the staff. This thing is happening because I personally noticed one thing, which is one employee earning most overtime is because they are the only one that who can do the particular job. So burnout is already happening over there. What will happen if that particular employee is fall on sick? What will happen if the particular employee go for a vacation? What will happen if he go for a new position and leaves our company? So we should talk about that too. And also, I personally feel that our company has been giving the flexibility employees to take overtime whenever they want. So instead of giving that, we should be treated the overtime to be the final option and not the first. So do you guys have any solution or suggestion on this issue?
Thank you to Miss Priya. I have a suggestion. I think employers have the power to set the number of overtime hours an employee is allowed or not allowed to work. So I suggest that you set a weekly, monthly or annual limit for overtime that the business can afford to pay for each employee. It can be anywhere from 2 hours a month to 30 hours a year. We need to limit overtime to ensure work is distributed more evenly among riders and everyone has the opportunity to work overtime if they appreciate the extra pay. But remember, non-exempt employees must be paid overtime for any hours worked more than 40 hours in a work week. Even if you set a formal limit on an employee's overtime hours, if the employees work more than 40 hours, they must still be paid half time. Overtime limits should be taken seriously, but don't disqualify you from paying overtime at all. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Syifaa. In my opinion, I think overtime claims for the solution, we can establish an official overtime policy. A good overtime policy also includes the new rules or procedures that will help keep overtime under control. Most importantly, we can decide who approve overtime and how employees should discuss overtime with their manager. Um, we can communicate how we can plan overtime to everyone to abide by new overtime caps or restriction. Uh, that's my opinion.
Okay, well, we already have two solutions stated for this issue. Let me summarize what we discussed just now. Okay, the first solution by Nurul Syifaa, which is limiting overtime hours. And the second solution by NURULHUDA, which is establish overtime policy. Okay, to be fair, we are going to have voting session. So please raise your hand if you agree with this solution. So please raise your hand if you agree with the first solution by Nurul Syifaa, which is limiting overtime hours. Okay. Then raise your hand if you agree with the second solution by NURULHUDA, which is establish overtime policy. Okay, thank you. Okay, since the majority vote work with for the first solution by Nurul Syifaa, which is limiting overtime hours. So I hope that the problems can be solved by that solution. Okay, next we move to our second issue, which is complaints from customers regarding irresponsible and incompetent staff. Okay. Um, Nurul Syifaa, as our Chief Operation and Marketing, can you, what do you think about this problem?
Thanks to Chief Executive Officer. According to this complaint from customers regarding irresponsible and incompetent staff, riders may not get certain products that buyers expect the riders to have. The rider may also have dropped some of the items needed, causing the entire item owned by the buyer to be insufficient. The situation indirectly makes buyer feel dissatisfied with the service provided. Also, deliveries to each home location become time consuming due to riders still not being efficient at doing the job, especially new riders who have just started working. So this problem will lead to the performance of the company itself. So what are your suggestions on this issue? What can we do to solve this problem?
All right. My suggestion on this issue is to ask other employees on the particular staff's behavior or get to know his daily attitude in workplace. Because complaints from customers, especially complaints from customers are common in every business type, especially on service-based business, which is our business. We do have complaints from customers in a daily basis. To overcome this issue, I personally believe that as a company, we all shouldn't let our workers down at any point. If they have any downtime on them, we should take good action on it. So my suggestion is to ask other employees on the particular staff's behavior or get to know his daily attitude in workplace. That's all from me.
Thank you, Piria. For me, the solution for the complaints from customer, we can meet with the employee who who involved in the complaint. The meeting with the employees should include any employees specifically mentioned in the complaint. If the complaint was a general complaint, include all employees who were working at the time in the incident occurred. Then ask the employees if they remember the incident or the situation that precipitated the complaint. Encourage a discussion about the situation to enable uh, we to learn as much as possible. Then we must keep the dialogue positive and productive. That's my opinion.
Okay, well, for these issues, we also have solutions stated. Okay, let me summarize that. Okay, the first solution by SANMUGAPIREYA is ask for other employees on the particular staff behavior or get to know his daily attitude in workplace. And the second solution by NURULHUDA, which is meet with the employees that involved in the complaint. Okay, let's do our voting session. Okay. Raise your hand if you agree with the first solution by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is ask other employees on the particular staff behavior or get to know his daily attitude in the workplace. Okay. Please raise your hand if you agree with the second solution by NURULHUDA, which is meet with the employees that involved in the complaint. Okay. Since the majority vote work for the solutions by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is ask other employees on the particular staff behavior or get to know his daily attitude in workplace. So I hope that the problem can be solved by that solution. We move to the last issues, which is question posted on company's social media left unanswered. Okay, NURULHUDA as our Chief Technical Officer, um, can you tell us why this problem you like that?
Okay, I as a chief technical officer, uh, I think the reason why company social media left unanswered uh, because company not having enough people to do the job. This is because I saw quite a few examples of companies where they had well planet and responsible CSR, but there were just not enough of them to nail down all incoming customer service required. In such a situation, even the best people will give up and some questions will remain unanswered. So what about uh, you, Priya and uh, Shifa for the solution for the this reason?
Thank you, Huda. I suggest that you should set that once a week to check the social media to answer all customers' questions. So customers don't feel neglected when they asking on social media. In fact, customer will trust our service. They will trust our service more because when we answer their question, it's a sign we are active in social media and indirectly we also active in this business. So that is my solution.
All right. My suggestion on this issue is to appoint new employees under the department to help chief executive officer on this issue, because as chief executive officer said just now, we are really busy with our daily life, and we have many other job scope in the social media also, other than answering customers' question. We have publicity, we have promotion, we do need to do promotion about our business. We have so many things to do. So I suggest on appointing new employees just to answer social media questions by the customers, so that our customers will feel satisfied.
Okay, well, in these issues, we have two solutions. Okay, let me summarize the two solutions. The first solution by Nurul Syifaa, which is check our social media once a week. Is it right? Okay. For the second solution by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is appoint new employees to answer the questions. Okay. To be fair, we are going to have a voting session again. So please raise your hand if you agree with the first solution by Nurul Syifaa, which is check our social media once a week. Okay. Please raise your hand if you agree with the second solution, which is appoint new employees to answer the question by SANMUGAPIREYA. Okay. Now, since we have a majority of the voting session, so we use the second solution by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is appoint new employees to answer the questions. Okay, so I hope that problem can be solved by that solutions. Okay, I want to conclude three problems and the three solutions here. Our secretary, Nurul Syifaa, please record now. For the first problem, which is too many overtime claims made by staff. So we use the first solution, which is limiting overtime hours by Nurul Syifaa. Okay, the second problem, which is complaints from customers regarding irresponsible and incompetent staff. So we use the first solution, which made by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is ask other employees on the particular staff behavior or get to know his daily attitude in workplace. Okay, and the last problem is question posted on company social media left unanswered. So in that problem, we use the second solution by SANMUGAPIREYA, which is appoint new employees to answer the questions. Okay, thank you for attend our discussions, and I will end the discussion now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.